They assumed humans were benign because that was what the records said and what the old stories whispered across the stars. Humans were listed as a young species, emotional, divided, more interested in art, stories, and small comforts than conquest. Other civilizations watched from far away and saw humans arguing among themselves, struggling with their own problems, fighting small wars on one planet. To the great powers of the galaxy, humans looked harmless, fragile, and unimportant. When the first alien fleets passed near human space, they did not even slow down. When trade scouts visited, they smiled politely and left with the belief that humans would never be a threat. This was the first mistake, and it came from not understanding one simple truth. Humans learned how to survive in fire long before they learned how to shine in peace. On Earth, survival was never guaranteed. Storms destroyed cities, diseases wiped out millions, and wars shaped generations. Humans adapted not because they loved violence, but because violence often came to them without asking. Over time, humans built soldiers not just trained to fight, but trained to endure fear, loss, and chaos. These soldiers were called veterans, and they carried memories heavier than armor. When the galaxy finally pushed humans too far, it was these veterans who stood up. The conflict began quietly. A powerful alien alliance decided that human-controlled systems would be perfect for expansion. The planets were rich, the defenses seemed weak, and the humans did not appear united. The aliens sent envoys with smooth words and false smiles, demanding access, then control. Human leaders tried to negotiate. They asked for peace, for shared space, for time. The aliens laughed at this kindness. They saw it as weakness. Soon, small human colonies were attacked, stations were destroyed, civilians were taken. The aliens expected humans to panic and surrender. Many humans did panic, many cried, but the veterans remembered something different. They remembered cities burning on Earth. They remembered friends lost. They remembered being told they were finished before and proving that wrong. These veterans had returned to quiet lives after human wars, working simple jobs, raising families, trying to forget. When the attacks came, they did not forget. They gathered again, older, scarred, but sharper in ways youth could never be. They understood fear, and that made them dangerous. Human governments called them back, not with glory, but with honesty. The message was simple: we are in danger. We need you. The veterans answered without speeches. They showed up. Human ships were not the most advanced in the galaxy. Their weapons were not the biggest, but they were built by people who expected things to break and planned for it. Human engineers listened to veterans when they designed upgrades. Make it simple, make it tough, make it work even when half of it is gone. The veterans trained new soldiers fast, not with fancy drills, but with lessons carved from pain. Stay calm when everything goes wrong. Protect the person next to you. Finish the mission. The alien alliance finally sent a major fleet, confident and proud. Their commanders expected an easy victory. They had numbers, technology, and experience fighting weaker species. They moved in perfect formations, shining and ordered. The human response looked messy by comparison. Human ships scattered, hid, jumped unpredictably. To the aliens, it looked like panic. It was not. It was a trap built from old battlefield instincts. Veterans remembered ambushes from forests, deserts, ruined cities. Space was just another environment. When the aliens entered the contested system, human ships hit supply lines first. Veterans knew armies starve before they fall. Small human strike teams boarded alien logistics ships, fighting in dark corridors, using silence and surprise. They did not rush. They waited. They cut power. They moved when fear was strongest. Alien soldiers were trained to fight clear battles, not shadows. Panic spread. Then the main human fleet struck, not head-on, but from strange angles, using debris fields and moons as cover. Veterans commanded many of these ships. Their voices were calm as chaos exploded around them. They had been here before, on different battlefields, in different wars. The aliens were shocked. Humans did not break. Humans adapted in real time. When weapons failed, humans used others. When ships were damaged, they kept fighting. When leaders fell, someone else took command without hesitation. The first major battle ended with alien retreat. The galaxy watched in silence. This was not supposed to happen. The Alien Alliance could not accept the loss. They sent propaganda, calling humans lucky, desperate, uncivilized. Humans did not reply with words. They prepared. Veterans pushed harder, training faster, sharing knowledge freely. Old rival nations on Earth set aside grudges. Veterans who once fought each other now fought side by side. They understood a deeper bond: survival. The aliens launched a second offensive, larger and more brutal. This time they targeted Earth itself, believing that breaking the home world would break the spirit. They did not understand what Earth meant to humans. Earth was not just a planet, it was history, pain, love, and memory. Veterans took this attack personally. Defenses around Earth activated, many designed quietly over decades by people who never wanted to use them. Veterans coordinated with civilian pilots, miners, and engineers. Everyone had a role. The battle for Earth was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. It was loud, chaotic, and stubborn. Humans refused to retreat even when losses were heavy. Veterans led boarding actions onto massive alien warships, fighting room by room. They used old tactics mixed with new technology: smoke, darkness, confusion. Aliens who expected clean fights found themselves trapped, surrounded by humans who did not fear close combat. Stories spread among alien troops of human soldiers who kept advancing even when wounded, who dragged friends to safety, who laughed under fire. These stories created fear deeper than weapons, fear of an enemy who would not stop. Eventually, the alien fleet broke. Ships fled or surrendered. Earth survived. The galaxy changed its view of humans that day, but the war was not over. The Alien Alliance fractured. Some wanted peace, others wanted revenge. Veterans knew this pattern well. Victory does not end conflict, it only changes it. Humans began pushing back, not to conquer, but to secure their space. Veterans advised restraint and strength together. Do not become what fears you. Be strong enough that no one tries again. In smaller battles across distant systems, human veterans continued to surprise enemies. They formed mixed units with younger soldiers, teaching them not just how to fight, but why. Protect life, end threats quickly, come home. Aliens who once mocked humans now studied them carefully. Some began to ally with them, impressed by their resilience and loyalty. They learned that humans were not naturally violent, but were incredibly hard to destroy once committed. The final confrontation came when the remaining hardliners of the Alien Alliance launched a desperate attack on a human frontier world. They hoped to force humans into a reckless response. Instead, veterans planned patiently. They evacuated civilians, set traps, and let the aliens advance into prepared zones. When the battle began, it was swift and overwhelming. The veterans coordinated strikes with precision born from experience, not arrogance. The alien force was defeated completely. After that, the war ended not with cheers, but with exhaustion. Veterans returned home again, carrying new memories added to old ones. Humans did not celebrate destruction, they mourned the dead on all sides. Monuments were built not to glorify war, but to remember the cost of survival. The galaxy officially recognized humans as a major power, but more importantly, it learned a lesson. Never judge a species by its kindness alone. Humans were capable of great compassion, art, and cooperation. They were also capable of terrible resistance when threatened. The veterans faded back into quiet lives, but their presence remained in training manuals, ship designs, and unspoken rules. Be prepared.
stay humble, protect each other. The phrase spread across the stars in many languages, passed between traders and soldiers alike. Humans are benign until they are not. When pushed, they do not explode in blind rage. They focus, they endure, they hit back with everything they have, guided by those who have already walked through hell and learned how to survive it.